Assalamualaikum everyone, I'm Mardosani from Economic Club Karachi, and in today's economic review desk we will be discussing very important issues regarding the Pakistan's economy. When we're talking about Pakistan's economy, so as usual we discuss a number of problems which are being faced by this developing economy. But when we're talking about tax and IMF, so for sure it has a direct link with each other. We have a very, you may say, a bad news for the real estate investors, especially for those who are tax evaders. That IMF has asked government to take strong and stringent measures against the tax evaders, specifically for the real estate sector. When IMF has asked government to take a measure against the value misdeclaration within the real estate sector, so government is also very much pro to take actions against these tax evaders and the false status. So government has for sure decided, and government is aimed towards the activation of real estate regulatory authority, and for sure this authority will be empowered to impose the strict penalties, imprisonments and fines. And for sure when we are looking at this, so in response to this, what this regulatory authority um, uh, would be deemed to do is that they could fine a devaluator, or you may say the people who are tax evader, specifically in the real sector. Government has decided to fine 1 million uh, and some prison also, up to 3 years, against tax evaders and illegal against tax evasions and illegal transactions. when we are talking when we are talking about the unregistered individual doing business in real sector, they could also face fine, and that could be ranging from 50,000 to 5 lakhs, where real estate agents could be penalized from 2 lakh to 5 lakh rupees. When we are talking about the wrong property transfer, they would be also penalized, and that could range from 500,000. And when we are talking about failure to submit required documents, they could be fined from 50,000 to 2 lakhs. So for sure, why government is doing this and why government is looking forward to take a step against this, the only reason behind this is basically why government is taking all these stiff steps and moves. So the only reason is that Pakistan is expected to receive 1.1 billion US dollar tranche from IMF, and for sure that is expected by the end of this month, or might be at the beginning of the April. So only for these 1.1 billion rupees, which could be a lifeblood for Pakistan's weak economy, government is taking all these measures. But when we are talking about the retrospective effect of this measures, so for sure it will bring more revenue, it will bring people within the mainstream, and everything will be booked. So for sure that will support the Pakistan's economy. Well, due to the Pakistan's weak economy, most of the sectors here in Pakistan, they are facing loss. But there is one sector which is facing and enjoying profit. I'm talking about banking sector. That right after, despite the fluctuation in interest rate, number of banks, they have reported substantial profit and asset growth. So when we are looking at the banking sector, so they face number of challenges, like high deposit rate, and yes, which attracted extraordinary inflow of funds, and for sure which increased their liability due to the average deposit rate. But in banking sector, the profitability is driven by sukuk banks issued by government. Overall, basically, the banking sector, they have increased with the profit by rupees 600 billion, which is a massive profit. And for sure, the tax contribution even that surpass from this profitability. And you may say that the tax contribution surpass profit, and that is in total was over 650 billion rupees. So when we are looking at the figures, banking figures, so we could see that Mizan Bank earned 100 billion profit, where UBL earned 75.76 billion, MCB earned 57.6 billion in 2024. HBL was standing at 57.8 billion. When we are talking about HMB, so they have enjoyed 24.6 billion rupees in 2024. And we have also observed this, that in 2024 banks, they were in the spotlight in Pakistan Stock Exchange, and the reason was market capitalization and their share trading. So we could experience this thing, and we could observe that with the number of small phenomena, they could double up your profit. And for sure, on one note, this is a happy news for Pakistan's economy or banking sector and the people who are related to this sector and employees of this sector. But again, on across the board, government must look into this matter, that if other sectors they are bearing loss, so what are the root cause behind that?